Hey, how's it going? Dan Mayo here. This is a member of the top 1% of podcasts in the world. This is, of course, RuMayoNation Titles. How's it going? Day of recording, Monday, the 3rd of March. Got to have a quite chocker week, so getting the recording in the can early doers, which means I'm ill prepared. That's right, all the ones you've heard today have been well prepared for, so imagine how shit this one's going to be. This episode is actually sponsored by, it's not in any way sponsored by, Monster Energy? Monster Energy Ultra, zero sugar. And do you know what? I was walking around the shop. You're probably wondering, Dan, why do you have a can of Monster on the table on the same day that you've decided to start wearing American sports merchandise? And the answer to that question is a single shopping trip on Saturday where I decided to completely change who the fuck I am as a human being. For those who aren't watching this, you can watch this on YouTube, by the way. And me describing my attire is not a way of sort of coaxing you to do that. It's a jumping off point. That's what they call them in the business. But basically, I found some Pringles. Okay, already pointing out, got my digression pad, which I've not actually been using as a digression pad. I've kind of been using it as a sort of an agenda. I've got that on my phone now because it's 2025 and it's silly for me to be like writing down notes on a phone to then write them analog in my scruffy nitwit handwriting. So this is what I'm going to use this digression pad for, as the Lord intended, is for if I want to put the little metaphorical rope around my waist and go off on a little adventure, I can find my way home again, right? I found some Pringles. They're the Pringles that have the question mark on them, that you don't know what flavour's inside the Pringles. I don't know how they get away with that, because surely the ingredients have to be on the side of the tube. I've not actually looked. But I wanted some crisps, and those are the crisps I saw. There's a popular TikToker that we like to sit and watch. I'm not going to name check, because I don't know if I entirely agree with the way that they live their life, but it's a fascinating sociological study, I guess. And yeah, but they love a gimmick, right? To be fair, that doesn't actually, yeah, I'm thinking, am I narrowing this down too much? And I've got nothing against this person either, but I just don't want to sort of give them a platform because I don't particularly agree with what their kind of fame has become predicated on. And I think they're doing more harm to themselves than good in the long run, psychologically and physically. But they love a gimmick. And then I thought, like, what is it with gimmicks? Why do people want to do these? And I've seen these Pringles floated about, and it was like, oh, I think they tasted this, that, and the other. I'm never really comfortable with the idea of it's a mystery flavour. Walker's did it for a little while as well. And I think, yeah, but I don't want to. Back in the day, when a packet of crisps, right, sit down, children, the old man's talking. When a packet of crisps was like, and crisps, that is plural. If you say packet of crisp, you're a cunt, all right? Unacceptable, Megan. But if you could get a packet of crisp for 40p, 30p, fine. I'll have a flutter. It could take, like, the secret flavour could be just scrapings of underneath someone's grotty toenails after a long day in football boots. You don't know, right? It's a lucky dip. It's a pick and mix. Anything could happen. But nowadays, a pack of crisps are fucking extortionate, and I ain't got the money to be risking it. But that said, part of me also thinks I'm like quite punk and countercultural, which is why I'm not really comfortable wearing this New York Giants jumper, because I appear as though someone who's bought into this modern day British kind of subscription to American sports. And I don't really watch American sports in any way, shape or form. But part of me also feels like I don't have enough different clothes, which is why I've then bought new clothes. And what's pathetic is one of the reasons I think I should definitely buy some more clothes is because I'm running out of things to wear on this podcast and nobody's fucking watching it anyway. Yes, I will do clips.
Cool, give me a fucking break. I'm sorry for cursing.
But yeah, so I also, this is a three-pronged, and I've not even got to the monster bit yet, and I will be trying it in a second. Look at that, there's a hook. But I like something quite punk and countercultural, as I say. And if someone says, oh, you should do this, like, I've never had a swig of a fucking Prime drink. Because I'm, nah, it's a gimmick, I'm not interested. Thinking of other gimmicks that are just about that I've had nothing to do with. The air up bottles. Oh, it smells a bit like cola, so therefore the water tastes like cola a little bit. No, not interested. And there's plenty of others. There's a fucking green bit of stone on a little, like a roller that girls seemingly, apparently, mostly, probably guys do it as well.
Oh, sexist. Or a fella.
Roll on their face. No, stupid. But also, deep down, like, I'm a basic bitch who loves a gimmick, but I like to shit on things. So I'm always in a weird grey area. I won't watch a TV show until people shut the fuck up about it. Breaking Bad, good example of that. I don't need telling to watch it over and over again. The more I get told to do something, I'm not going to do it. It's oppositional nature that I have. I've cultivated over many years. It's lost me a lot of friends. But deep down, I'm always a little bit curious because at the end of the day, it's a very specific, very temporary hyper-focus, which my brain is like, that's a fucking crack to my brain. See yo-yos coming up later on. But with those crisps, I thought I don't really want to have them on a Monday because I'm trying to sort my life out of the whole diet side of things. So I can't try. I'll probably do it next week, to be fair. Like, I'll have a few green days on Slimming World, have some lettuce and some nanas, not blended up because they're more calories when you blend it up. By the way, on that, right, the first use of the proper digression pad. I'm talking about gimmicks and Pringles. The whole, like, Slimming World, if you mush up a banana, it's more calories. How the fuck can that work? It's a thing called caloric availability. Now, despite how I talk and how I look, I'm actually quite intelligent. So I'm going to try now to explain to you, even though no one's asked me to, what caloric availability is. Now, I don't actually know what it is, but this is a rough idea. Because it's mushed up, part of the digestive system of, like, the digestion process of that food has been done for you. So part of your eating habits, the calories, and you don't need to worry about this on a sort of... on such a molecular scale, right? If you're trying to lose weight, it is roughly calories in, calories out. You ain't got to worry about this. Don't take this into consideration because it's really nominal. It's marginal. But part of you digesting the food is somewhat... it uses the calories, right? So when you, like... part of digesting the food burns calories. So what they're saying there is, and listen, I'm not going to go into bat for Slimming World. In fact, quite the opposite. Whenever I see posters of that shit, I want to rip them down or deface them to such a degree that they become a hate crime. Because actually, it doesn't work. Because if the system worked, the business model wouldn't. They need you to keep failing, otherwise you won't have to keep going back and paying them £5 to stand on some scales you could buy by just not going for 2 weeks, right? So I don't agree with it at all, but just to give them a little bit of... that's what they're probably driving at. The caloric availability, when you mush up a banana, you've taken away some of the digestive requirements of your body, and therefore it's more caloric because you're not going to burn calories by digesting it because it's already been mushed up a little bit. That's that in a nutshell. Right, now let's get back to the rope where I was talking about Pringles. And I don't know how I got to bananas. Calories, calorie controlling, add a couple of green days on Slimming World in order to allow me to have some fucking Pringles, because there's a saying, isn't there? What is that saying about Pringles? Once you do something, you can't do something else. Once you pop, you can't stop, of course, and it's true. Is it the glorious flavours? No, it's the MSG and all the fucking chemicals. But I'll try them next week. But I thought, I love a gimmick. I love a gimmick, really, deep down I do. And I thought, let's be like a gimmick guru on this, where I'll partake in some gimmicks. So this is going to be gimmick number 1, because I've heard quite a lot, and listen, this is not sponsored by Monster Energy. They don't need my endorsement. They're doing a fine job in and of themselves, keeping the blue hair dye business booming, keeping the fine people at the institution that is CEX hyper-powered to offer, to be honest, actually not great deals for the games you trade in. The markup is quite substantial, but it keeps them tickety-boo, all right? It keeps the metal in their face shiny and gleamy. Yeah, it's got its own market. Those in the kind of radical sports, they love it. It smells sweet. My issue with Liquid Death, one of the other gimmicks I was having a brief little movement into, my criticism was it didn't taste particularly strong. I think this is about to blow the tongue out my fucking mouth. But weirdly as well, I feel like it's going to be quite nice. I think it's going to be one of them where I feel like a pure shit just want her back, but I'm going to deep down really quite like it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, as predicted, that is so bloody sweet, it's ridiculous. But again, it is actually really fucking nice. Like, it's really fucking nice. And what I'm quite concerned about is I think any can where a big part of its marketing is Call of Duty, it kind of tells you what world you need to be living in. And that is someone who needs to go all night looking at a fucking screen like, fucking, kill streak, get the fucking helicopters in. So this is going to be fine for now. This is going to kick in about 20 minutes post-record, and I'm going to be fucking like an electric toothbrush for the next 2 hours. Annoyingly for my wife, the vibration stopping just before she walks in the door. Here we go then. So what's going on there? It's got taurine in it. It's got carnitine in it. Oh, it's no sugar, and that's important because it's healthy then, isn't it? But yeah, okay. It's got quite a lot of caffeine in it, does it? That's probably what the whole gist of this whole thing is. It's got B12 in it. That's good for you. Genuinely, B12 is actually very good for you. The issue is there's probably healthier ways of getting it in. It's like putting a little sprinkling of B12 in a bag of smack. Go, well, I mean, to be fair, Britain's known the world over for lacking in D3 and B12, so put a little bit of it in your fucking horse and move on. How much caffeine we talking here? Because I remember we used to take a little bit of Pro Plus on this podcast, and it never ended well. Usually did a very quick shit and then got the shakes and started getting hungry. High caffeine content, do not recommend for children, pregnant or breastfeeding women or people. Imagine the baby off of that. Fucking hell. Just go to sleep. It's in the fucking cot like, fucking, I want a new skin for my Fortnite character. It's got caffeine, 30 milligrams. Is that a lot? I don't know, really. Is it? Who knows? I might give it a little bit of a Google. But it's low calorie, and it is, to be fair, it's fucking delicious. It tastes a bit like Lilt. Oh, that is good shit. That is good shit. Do you know what, right? This has become quite a health-conscious show so far, despite this. 80%. 80-20. Make the right decisions 80% of the time, and then the other 20%, have your bits of fun. Right, life's short. Enjoy it. I'm not regretting this. It tastes fucking lovely. But obviously, I will report back. I'll report back how it goes in the long run when I'll do my next podcast from some sort of mental institution nearby. So it's 30 milligrams. Oh shit! It's 30 milligrams of caffeine per 100 ml, and there's 500 mils in this. So is 30 milligrams of caffeine a lot? And that's about the same as a green or black tea. That's about 30 to 50 milligrams, but actually it's times 5, isn't it? So let's just do the maths on this. 30 times 5 is 150 milligrams of caffeine. Is 150 milligrams of caffeine a lot? An average person should consume no more than 400 milligrams of coffee a day. Oh, that's all right then. This is just like if I was to have 1.5 coffees. Yeah, it'd be fine. It'd be fine. Cut to 3 weeks later and I'm fucking hanging out a cup. Homeless. Fucking dishevelled. In my lovely new American sports merchandise. It's better than Liquid Death. As in, I know it's probably not better constitutionally, but it tastes better. And yeah, do you know what? I can get on board with this. Yeah, I'm going to give it a glowing endorsement, actually. But yeah, bought this. Do you know, I need new clothes, and I don't ever buy clothes, and I wanted some like clothes I could just chuck on. And then we're in Matalan, actually. We just did a little bit of a retail park one on a Saturday. You know, just sort of like, just get out of the fucking house, because getting dictated to by a child, you at least want to change the scenery for the fascists that you're forced to abide. And yeah, we're in Matalan looking at some clothes. There's a bit of a sale sort of going on. We've got a little cute Pikachu, like, you know, like the big baggy, comfy bed sort of, what are they called? It's like a poncho, I guess, but it's got arms. She's so adorable in it. But like, she when she wears it, she insists on being called Pika Pika. It's a Pikachu one. I don't know if I said that. This is really getting to me already. Like, I just fucking, do you know what? I love you. I love you in a way. But yeah, she insists on being called Pika Pika when she's in it. And then if you call her Pika Pika once she's taken it off, she's like, I'm not Pika Pika, I'm Libs. It's adorable. But yeah, so we're in there. And then my wife had a little look at some clothing. And then I was like, oh, go on, I'll go have a look at the guy's stuff. I've been paid. I mean, the money went in and out fucking quicker than this is going to go in and out of me. But, slightly. So I have a little look, I have a little butcher's. And there's a lot of this sort of get up. It was like, this was like £6. And then they were like, I got a Jets t-shirt as well.
Jets! Jets! Jets!
And that was like £3. But I messaged a mate of mine, it was his birthday. I was like, hi mate, happy birthday, you'd be proud of me. I got some like American football merch. And he's like, oh, what'd you get? Send us some pictures, because he's like really into it. As in like, went to watch the Super Bowl, like went out to watch the Super Bowl while having like a 4-month-old baby, which is fucking insanity. Although, to be fair, this would have definitely seen him right, I reckon. But I sent him like this jumper and then like a Jets t-shirt. He's like, yeah, no problems there, mate. I will point out that what you've essentially done in the American football world is buy an Arsenal shirt and a Spurs shirt. I was like, oh, really? So, yeah, luckily you can't wear them together. Then he meant that in sort of like a GOK 1 basis, because it's kind of like a greenish colour that would clash garishly with this. But, so yeah, so, you know, luckily you can't wear it at the same time. Otherwise, I would have started some sort of fucking turf war. I've basically gone to like I've gone stateside wearing like a blood bandana and some Crips shoes. And yeah, it would have just been a bad time all round. But also, I had to kind of ask his permission on. I bought this hoodie that's got all the badges, all the teams. And I was like, mate, I've just realised, is this kind of like, because you'd never do that in the Premier League, like get a Premier League hoodie that's got like all the badges on it. Like, that'd be such a wanker thing to do. And he was like, oh, nah, you'll be fine. Like, yeah, it's just whatever, innit? Like, we're in England as well. And I kind of think deep down I knew that before. That's a bit twatty, that, innit? But I don't really watch the sport. I don't dislike it. It's fine. As I've always said, I don't know how a game that should be an hour somehow takes 3.5. It's fucking scandal. And why Janet Jackson's tits out halfway through. Not complaining, to be fair. You know, who am I? Who am I to say we shouldn't be expressing our bodies however we choose? And if that happens to mean a celebrity's star-spangled tit flopping out, then so be it, mate. America. Ah, dear. Yeah, I've so absolutely nothing else planned to speak on yet. Huh? There was one jumper that I wanted to, like, that I had a little look at. It was a Kansas City one. And I've gone oversized. And this isn't a fashion choice. This is because, as always with sales, your choices were like, would fit on one of my daughter's babies or could be used as a tent sold in Go Outdoors. So they only had XL in this. But there was a red Kansas City Chiefs jumper. And it was just a bit too, like, I don't know. Do you know what it was? It reminds me of this guy. And he's on TikTok. And he's so sound. Like, he's like heavily on the autism like spectrum. Probably why I feel that affinity with him. But like, he's one of them ones where will be like still living with his parents because he's like got the mind of a kind of child. I don't want to overstep here because he's such a fucking lovely guy. And he really puts a conflict in my perception of men because I'm quite like, I'm whatever the guy equivalent. You know when a girl goes, oh, I hang out with lads because they're less drama. Right, all over the gaff. That's getting clipped. How is it always to suggest wangs going in my mouth every podcast? But I'm not the equivalent of that. I generally I feel more comfortable hanging around with like women. I don't know. I guess probably, you know, Freud would have something to say about it. I don't know. But like, he's so fucking sweet. And he goes, oh, sweet James Brown, when things excite him. Like, he's just such, but it's also about layering. It's good for layering.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Nice.
The Wizards.
Nice.
And it's long sleeve and it's red.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Very nice.
You like it?
Of course I do.
Do you like it?
Yes.
Good.
And when I go back to see my Wizards play,
Yes, sir.
got one ring, I can wear it.
Mm-hmm. And it's really light and breathable.
Breathable. What is that?
Like it's just very. It's not a super thick and heavy shirt.
Oh, good.
So you can layer it.
You can layer it. Oh, good. This is good for layering. That's good.
Yes, sir.
Sweet James Brown.
And he's obsessed with American sports, and I swear he's got to jump his similar. And I was like, no, I can't, because I know if I start putting it on, I'm going to start talking like him at first, ironically. Then all of a sudden, his personality becomes my own. I'm like fucking Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. I just take people's souls via their catchphrases, and then it becomes part of my kind of common vernacular. For example, even to this day, I will occasionally call my wife bruv. And I did it ironically for a little while, and now I just do it out of habit. Not in that setting, although that would be fucking funny. Speaking of things that are stuck in my head, but not always my fault, I got a message from a mate of mine, right? I used to do a lot of DJing for him. He runs a little indie bar nearby. It's class. I would love to plug it. I can plug it. MK11, right? That's narrowed down where I live, so all your stalkers out there. And by the way, oh my God, I can't even get into it. And I'm so sorry to lead you sort of even halfway in the gate there. But I was chatting to a mate of mine who had a bit of a nutter, like, turn up to his performance that he was doing. And yeah, crazy. But anyway, like, if mine's listening right now, I've narrowed it down slightly. But yeah, and so I used to do DJing there. I've never been a good DJ. Like, my mate did it and still does it to a good level, to be fair. I just used to be there for a bit of company, got a bar tab, bit of cash, play some tunes. Do you know what I mean? So I was like very much that. But I also did a comedy night there for him as well. I'd host a monthly comedy night there and stuff like that. And yeah, I'd consider him a friend of mine. Like, he's a really sound dude. Every now and then he'll message me when he's in a bit of a pickle at his place, right? They've had the Libertines there. So they started when I was first there. Like, it was just a small little indie bar where they'd have like sort of a lot of tribute acts, and I think they still do. But now we've got to a point where they're like booking the Libertines, right? So the fucking job is great, right? I couldn't recommend the place highly enough. If you're ever in sort of the Milton Keynes area, It's a little gem. It is in the middle of nowhere, so if you're going to get a taxi there, don't think, oh, this is the end. I'm about to feature on a Netflix documentary. Why are we in this industrial state? That's where it is. But I always get a message every now and then, like, hey, mate, how'd you fancy earning a bit of cash tonight? And I'm always replying the same thing in a minute. Well, I'm probably going to decline for all the usual reasons, mate, if it involves late nights or public speaking, because I've built a healthy disdain for the general public, and I have a tyrannical toddler who late nights are just not conducive of a good time the following day, right? Once upon a time, no bother, because I could, go to bed really fucking late, live fast, die old, live too bloody fast sometimes, but not no more, right? And as I've been on a hiatus from stand-up comedy, I've not done a lot of public speaking, but there's been things in the past where, like, I've hosted, when they've live showed WrestleMania, like wrestling events, and hosted quizzes and things like that. So every now and then he'll hit me up and go, oh, mate, like, I've usually been fucked over by someone late or something's gone wrong. But the latest one is the one that has taken the biggest biscuit you could ever imagine. And I'll tell you why, digression pad, because I was talking about things getting stuck in my head. And this is why this happened. Because I went, out of curiosity, mate, like, what's the gig? Like, Wagwan, what is it? And he was like, oh, country DJ. I was like, sorry? It's like a country DJ. I'm like, Simon, there are so many things I've been so, like, ill-equipped to do for you. But this one is, like, this is in another stratosphere. Where the fuck would I begin with a country music DJ set?
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man. Do you understand?
All the songs are the fucking same. Like, they talk about rap being all the same. Country music. Listen now. Go on Country FM or... I probably can't do it for copyright. I guarantee you listen to a country song, it will mention one of the following things almost instantaneously. Driving in a truck, wearing a crop top, a reference to their shoes, the sun being out, and drinking beers. It will include at least 3 or 5 in every track. And but I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, I can get you the songs, because what it is, the place that was going to do it, like the people that were going to do it, they broke down like well up north and just couldn't get there. So they could send over the tracks by like WeTransfer or whatever. And I was like, mate, I've not even got my laptop and decks anymore. Like, so even if I wanted to, I couldn't. I ain't got the gear. But like, him going like, oh, I'll get you the tracks. I get it. He's fucking up shit creek here. And sometimes it used to be like, quite often in fact, it was like an after party. So there'd be like a Foo Fighters tribute. And then I'd do like 3 hours after the fact. You kind of play Foo Fighter-ish tunes. If you put like shuffle off a Foo Fighter track on Spotify, then you'll get the right ballpark of music. And sometimes that is exactly what I did. But like, he was like, oh yeah, no, you get all the tracks and stuff, but this is for the full night. This would have been 7 until 1, right? And I was like, yeah, but that's fine, mate, but I don't know what the fucking tracks are. So I don't know, like, if I put in a more sort of easy to sort of, not that I can with country songs, but like, I don't know what the good ones are. I don't want to go early with my Earth, Wind and Fire. I don't want to go early with my fucking Don't Look Back in Anger Oasis. Your fucking Fairy Tale of New York on a Christmas DJ set. Because I might play all the good shit early, and they're all there fucking doing the little box step, whatever they're doing, sort of thumbs in their obnoxiously big belt buckles and their checkered shirts, fucking, doing the loving it, thinking this guy's having a fucking, right, barnstormer, or whatever it is they'd fucking say. And they're probably thinking, what's he got up his sleeve? What's he got up his sleeve? But then, like, by the last hour, I'm playing whatever the country equivalent is of fucking, like, Darius Dinesh or something. But they're going, oh, this is fucking great. Look, a DJ set, right? And listen, I'm not going to talk as a qualified DJ because I never was one. But you want to build, right? A couple of bangers littered in, obviously, to keep them interested. But you want to build. And that last sort of 45 minutes is bang, 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 bang.
I gotta go bang, bang, bang the drum.
Right? And do you know what can fuck you over? The clock's going back. Because, yeah, best believe there's been times when I've come home straight, fucking bang, bang, bang. And then all of a sudden, inexplicably, the clock goes back a fucking hour. And I've got Foy and Bill. I've got nothing left. Fully, like, I am panicking. But like, I don't know what the equivalent is going to be in the country like sector. Do you know what I mean? So I started scrambling the jets for him, like wanting to help him out, obviously. Messaged a few people at my radio show, station I work for. And yeah, luckily he got, I think he said he got his photographer to do it in the end. But yeah, that was a fucking bullet dodge because after asking, as I say, if like, can anyone do it at my radio station, it would have been, right, question 2. Anyone got any flannel shirts, fucking big belt buckles, some, what are they called? Chips or something? What are fucking things called that like, the clippity clops? What do they fucking, can you tell I'm not into country music? Oh, this is going to be the biggest mum Google of all time. What are the things on cowboy boots? What are the things on cowboy boots called? What clip? What clippity clop? clippity. I'm just going to put it in as is. Spurs. Disgusting. What a horrible word. Yeah, basically, I'd have had to like full cosplay as that. Look, right fucking nitwit tit up there. Basically just cosplaying as Woody from Toy Story, but looking more like Buzz. By the way, how fucking funny is that? I don't know if you've seen it. I'll have to dig it out. When that person's got like a personal trainer and he asks her to send him a picture and she thinks he's like flirting with her, and then he sends a picture back where he's like superimposed her face into Buzz Lightyear. That is fucking jokes. That is so funny. Like, that is so funny. Oh, fucking hell. Silly, but that sort of shit just gets me every time. So yeah, bullet dodge there for sure. I do miss DJing a little bit, but I think when you do clubbing when you're in your 20s, not early 20s, then you start DJing in your sort of late 20s. By 30s, you've really had enough. Do you know what I mean? You've seen it on both sides. It was always a good time. Like, it was a good social crack. The crowd were always great. But yeah, I'm not cut out for it anymore. I don't have the tolerance or the patience. Do you know what I mean? How Banner, me and my mate, we saw on Facebook, was this girl just swearing at us because she kept requesting this song. I don't know what it was. And I decided I was just being a bit of a twat. I was a massive twat. Like, one day I'll get famous and then people go, oh, I remember when he used to DJ, he was a fucking prick. I was. But like, that's your own entertainment, do you know what I mean? And that's part of why I'm suffering. That's why I'm deaf, all right? So I've got me war wounds, all right? Where's my fucking valor? But she wanted a certain song, but she used to be well obnoxious about it. And obviously you got the power, so you choose when you play or don't play things. And we kept queuing up the intro to the song she wanted, then playing something else. And it just got, do you know what it's like? It stops being funny because you've done it too many times, but then it starts being funny again just by pure attrition if you keep doing it. And she just fucking did, she did not look happy. Crazy.
Let's get back to the farm, Sari, and hide. He's gonna have my fucking pants down. He did not look happy. Crazy.
Yeah, she's like, I've got a picture of it, and that was like our banner for ages. A glowing endorsement from the lady, and I think she had a Bart Simpson t-shirt on off memory, but yeah. Just, you know, you think like, the hardest part of it was kind of trying to explain to people over loud music. You are aware that this is not your iPod. Like, this isn't all about you. Or when they go, I've put this on, all my mates will come and dance. All four of you. Oh, I better put it on then. Like, no. And sometimes it was like a hot day, and like they'd all be outside having a sort of a smoke and a drink, and then every now and then they'd pop in and just one person would come and dance on the dance floor. Then the song would end and they'd just leave, and it's like, oh god, this is fucking terrible. But yeah, equally there's some great times. We did different like themed nights where like a stock market night where there's all the prices were fluctuating. I think I spoke about on it before. But yeah, there were some good times there. But yeah, mate, I'm out of my fucking depth when it comes to country and western. He was like, yeah, you get to throw out the hats and that. I'm like, mate, listen, if it's just hat throwing you need, I could be your man. But it's the part where I've got to go put on fucking, I don't know, Billy Ray Cyrus, and that's the fact that's the only one I know, and he's probably like the fucking Nickelback of the country scene, right? Yeah, I'd have been drowning. Absolutely drowning. Fucking in my lasso, I'd need a fucking noose. I think that's the same thing. This is what I mean, I've no fucking idea, mate. This drink is fucking gorgeous, by the way. Deadly. Can't afford it, obviously. I wonder if they accept CEX vouchers in every shop for these. They must do, surely. Little like wink and a cupboard, mate, you know. Oh my god, yeah, my latest hyperfocus. We're not going to get to half the shit. Right, my latest hyperfocus is yo-yos. And I'll tell you why. It started as a tragedy, but I'm hell-bent on turning it as a triumph. There was a yo-yo in a shop, and I always wanted to know if it did a sleeper. For those who don't know what a sleeper is, I don't know if that's the actual term for it, but it's when you like, whash, swaz it down, and then it stays at the bottom, and then it comes up again. I think it needs something in it, what we used to call brains. I don't know why if that was actually the proper term for him, but when we were like, oh yeah, got a yo-yo, how many brains has it got? It's got 4 brains. Oh, mine are gold brains, mine are silver brains, mine are brass brains, right? I don't know if the brains had anything to do with it doing the sleeper thing. But I needed to discover if it would do that or not. And I was giving it a bit of like one of them where my wife's like, what's... And I'm like, oh, don't you know?
What's that mean? Oh, do you know? I thought it was...
Like, I'll sleeper. Yes, when you... And I'm trying to get it to see if it does a sleeper. And I misread the length of the string. I just swat the yo-yo off the fucking floor, and it just goes. It's like the yo-yo. What's it called? Diorama. It's like a yo-yo diorama of the Big Bang that created the universe. It just went whack and just fucking bits everywhere, and I'm scrabbling about like a twat, trying to like pick up all the bits and fit it back together, get it back in the box. I think it was only a couple of quid, but now I'm like hell bent on getting like a yo-yo that like has brains and you could do sleepers with, like learn like Cap's Cradle and that. I used to like, that was a bit of a thing. Obviously, you know, I think everyone had the yo-yo phase, right? But yeah, they were like well popular at one point. We used to like, you'd buy like one would get blue, one would get green, and then you'd swap sides and have like a kind of a hybrid, one big melting pot. Yeah, we have diversity on the estate. All right, look, we all love each other, colour or creed, doesn't matter. But hang on, yo-yos, sleeper. Oh, so it is a thing. Trick. Yeah, so it sleeps down the bottom. Now, if I put in yo-yo brains, is it going to be a picture of me? Yo-yo brains. Yo-yo brains, question mark. How does a brain yo-yo work? Yes, this is what I mean. Brains, so, here we go. Yeah, okay, cool. So it is a thing then. Omega Brain is the original auto rerun of Yo-Yo. It rose to popularity in the 90s. It's been a... Oh, God, sorry, that was the monster, not me. Listen, 666 show, it's coming out of me. Into me. In me. Ooh. Oh, my God. You'd have to stay in for context. Featuring a centrifugal clutch system or brain. See? You know, sometimes you just say something as a kid and it's like no one else called it that. It's very like region-centric. But yeah. So the yo-yo is thrown hard enough the brain will disengage or smash off the floor, much to the chagrin of you and your wife, allowing the yo-yo to spin freely at the end of the string. As the yo-yo slows down, the brain engages again and returns the yo-yo to the hand automatically. Yes, lad. And yeah, so now I really want one. So I'm going to buy one at some point, but I'm so fucking skint because I keep spending money on clothes to make sure I look different on this every week. And yeah, it's not the most financially prudent decision I've made to date. But yeah, before you know it, I'm going to be fucking Caps cradling and just probably get bored of it in a couple of days and it would get lost in a drawer somewhere. But it'd be fun for those few days, fleetingly, I suppose. Yeah, it'd be alright, wouldn't it? At least. Not a waste of money. Nah, I wouldn't waste money. Never. Not on arbitrary shit like that. Oh, Lord of mercy. Right. Okay. I'm not going to be able to get through so much shit here. I'll just put the words sneezing when pooing and the word nos. And I think that's quite simple, quite open and shut. And I'll be probably experiencing it later on with this. But you know when you're going for a poo, but then you need to sneeze. And it's like, I don't know if you want to kind of risk pressing the nos, trying to hold it down. But otherwise it's like... And it's literally the equivalent of like Vin Diesel and the gang. Forget about it. Oh, God. Back when Fast and Furious was maybe like 1 or 2 films. It was Matey Boy, wasn't it? Not Christopher Walken. Drive the car. Press the nos. Fucking, whatchamacallit. Oh, he died. Crashed his car, didn't he? In real life. St. Walker. Paul Walker? Why is that red light flashing? What's going on? Has it always been on red? I don't know. Fucking hell, man. Whoa, man. I feel like the camera's not always had a red light there. I could be wrong. No, it probably has. It's the recording light, isn't it? Come on, Dan, read a fucking book for once. But yeah, he's like, forget about it, cuh. I'll put it in here.
I said forget about it, cuh.
Again, something I've said ironically too many times, and now every now and then it just comes out in day-to-day life and I look like a fucking idiot. Do you want the receipt? Nah, don't worry about it, cuh. Were you the dickhead that just smashed the yo-yo into a million pieces? Shut up. Right, okay. Yeah, that was that really. That was worth it though. I'm like, I can't get through all the important stuff. Right, finally, before we get into I had a Bitcoin story. God, I had a good Bitcoin story. In fact, it's Pancake Day tomorrow, and I stupidly, which should have been 3 days ago when this comes out, I stupidly went to my wife, Dad's got football training. Should I maybe do pancakes for their breakfast before school? And thinking, as I said it, I was like wanting to grab the words and shove them back in my mouth because like, why have I just suggested that? Fucking who am I, Mrs. Doubtfire? Fuck off! So yeah, but I bought some self-raising flour today because I make it without eggs because I want it to be like fluffy. But there's pressing ear news, right? And I'll tell you what it is right now. So phoned up to try and chase the referral, right? For those who don't know, I've had like deaf ears for ages. One ear particularly bad. Went to see if I can get something called microsuction. You can leave small penis jokes to one side. Thank you, grow up. But then when I was in Specsavers, that also do ears, so fuck off with them ones as well. Like, they were having a look in, and then they see there was like a growth by my eardrum. And obviously, of course, I'm adamant it's cancerous. It spread all across my body. I'd be dead in a few days. But actually, what it probably is a polyp. And that's affecting it. I think it's like lent up against my eardrum, affecting the vibration, which means I'm not hearing very well in that ear. Right, anyway, so I've also self-diagnosed with narrows canalis, where I think my ears just get quite gubby and gunky when I've had a cold, which doesn't help. It's kind of a compound effect. But anyway, the referral goes through, and they say, give it till the 18th until you start chasing us up. Went past the 18th, thought, right, let's start chasing them up then. phoned up, right? The ENT team had to leave them a voicemail. That's pressure on. I started giving them details that just probably weren't relevant at all. I'm like, so you just call me back. My name is Dan Mayo. My address, my date of birth, my fucking star sign. I get like thinking all the things. I was thinking, like, what do they ask you before they'll talk to you in general? And they got all sorts of arbitrary information, like favorite color, everything. But anyway, they phoned back, and the lady was like, "Oh, okay, hi. So yeah, went through your details. So I don't know if you're on my system." I was like, "Okay." They're like, "Oh, I've got Emily." I'm like, "Yeah, that's my wife." "Oh, well, yeah, you're not on here." And there's like a bit of a pause, and I was like, "Well, I feel like you'd probably know more about that than I would." So okay. Oh, but I've got your referral here. Oh, it has been printed off. That is weird. And I'm like, Oh, okay. What I'll do is I'll print it off again, and I'll put it on a consultant's desk that I know will definitely triage it. And I'm like, I'm sitting there thinking, should that not be fucking all of them? Like, what do you mean? Oh, what I'll do is I'll print it off again. I'll put it on a doctor's desk that will actually fucking do their job with it. What happened with the other one? Oh, hang on. I'm just looking. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Oh, fucking. I've just looked at my digression pad. The whole point of that DJ country thing is that the thing that got stuck in my head is that bloody clip. Country boy, I love you. I was then doing that all weekend.
Country boy, I love you.
All right, there you go. That's bullet pointed that. Someone out there is just as mentally ill as I am listening, going like the equivalent of fucking Rex in Toy Story. What is it? When he's shaking the table. But yeah, that's what that was. Country boy, I love you. But yeah, one message, and that was then stuck. My wife, furious. But anyway, get back along the rope. What happened to the other one? Oh, it went on fucking Dr. Allen's, and no, he doesn't triage them. Oh no, he just mostly makes paper airplanes out of them. Yeah, all those little chatterboxes. Do you know what I mean? Is this person going to die of an aggressive metastasizing of something sinister like ear cancer? Pick a colour. Red. R-E-D. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more number. When you used to do chatterboxes, if you say 2 even numbers in a row, it's a waste of everyone's fucking time, okay? So if you're going to go even, just don't give another number. Just say the number you want the first time. There you go. I've just streamlined your whole chatterbox experience. Give us a number 3. 1, 2, 3. Another number 5. Yep, you've got 2 weeks to live. Like, what the fuck are they doing with it? Oh, yeah, I'll put it on someone's desk who will actually do their fucking job. If you could, please, Barbara, that'd be great. But anyway, she's like, it says routine on here, so that could be like quite a long time till you get seen. And I was like, oh, okay. She's like, it could be like 18 weeks minimum. I was like, fucking hell, Barbara. She weren't called Barbara, but I think I did say that. I was like, fucking hell. Like, it's not exactly great, is it? If it is something more sinister, which I'm sure it isn't. I hope it isn't. And if not, this should go partway to healing it anyway. This will be all the B12 in it. I'll be absolutely fine. But, yeah. Anyways, to be fair to Barb's, though, I missed 2 calls. You lied to me. Rikishi, Scotty Too Hotty, Grandmaster Sexay references. But like, she rings a 3rd time. I'm in Home Bargain smashing up fucking yo-yos for a laugh. And she's like, oh, hi, we've had a cancellation for Wednesday. Like, do you want the appointment? I was fucking absolutely yes. So I've jumped on that. I got the appointment Wednesday. Would have been already by now. So just spare a thought for me Wednesday at around 3:30. I'll be getting a hearing test. And it's stress already because my daughter's going to have to come with me. And it's like, she's not going to be conducive to a hearing test. I don't know why it has to be 15 minutes long. Can you hear? No, mate, I fucking can't. Like, 15 minutes. Why is it going to take me 15 minutes to go? My telly, when an explosion goes off on my telly, they start evacuating the whole street because they think it's happening in real life. All right? I can't fucking hear, mate. How's my hearing? Good question. Well, I sit on the sofa with that ear next to my wife, and I couldn't tell you a single thing she's moaned about regarding her job in months. Does that not answer your question? It's pretty shit, mate. Why do I need 15 minutes? But yeah, so that's, at the very least, that's his progress. Okay? So before we know it, I'm going to get a prognosis, and then I know exactly how many podcasts I have left until I die. That'd be good to know, ain't it? A bit of like light at the end of the tunnel. Stop buying fucking clothes I don't even want to wear. Be lovely. Oh man, yeah. Do you know what? I just have to get held over. Okay, cool. Is there any spotted local village drama? I don't think there was, actually. I don't think there was. Did I screen grab anything? That's usually the giveaway. Let me go into me screen grabs over here. I don't think there is anything, to be fair. Oh, there was a Reddit thing as well. That's good, that's fine. It just means I haven't got to scramble around for shit to talk about next week. I act like I said, there's a real level of quality that's needed for this show. Definitely don't just spout off shit endlessly for 50 odd minutes. Yeah, I don't think there was. No, not really. Oh, people's complaining because the water bill's going up. Just casually just bumping things up, sometimes by double. The fucking audacity, the neck on it. We got another one come through today where it's like, oh, you know, your rent's going up by X amount. We like shared ownership. Your rent's going up by, like, is it? And what about my wages? Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell. What about my views on YouTube? Are they going up? No, I will do clips. Shut up. But, yeah, nah, nothing really. Oh, what's good news is that our two lads have got into the school that we want them to get into. And, you know, it's a wonderful school. It's, yeah, it's probably one of the better performance schools in the area. And most importantly, and I can't stress this enough, it's literally over the fucking road. So off you pop, lads, off you pop. And found a little nursery preschool for my daughter, and it was so fucking adorable seeing her in there. Breaks my heart a little bit to think she's going to be going, but weirdly, in a fucking cruel twist of fate, I don't know if I spoke about this on the last episode, I'm going to be net negative for time. How the fuck has that happened? But anyway, it's fine. It'll be fine. I just got to get to the summer, and you best believe, ooh, clips. You want clips, do you? I'm going to be like a fucking... I watched a video of this guy who like was in the Pacific side of World War II, and how he, what's the guy's name? He's quite a famous guy, and he just was like mowing down Japanese men. I'm doing the equivalent of that, but just putting lovely little silly clips on the internet about my podcast. It's quite an aggressive vessel to get through what is actually quite arbitrary and silly, but the message still holds up if you don't think about it for any more than 2 seconds. And I won't let you, because we're going to go to Facebook Memories right this fucking second, mate. Just to be clear on that as well, like, because the summer, my wife's a teacher, so I'll have more time. And then after that, she's going in for like 5 mornings to a preschool. So I'll actually have time for a fart and a think. I can actually get my shit done without having to sort of find a way of manipulating space and time, creating a sort of wormhole in the Gregorian calendar we subscribe to on this planet in order to get my fucking shit done. Stop getting off, and get off these for kick-off. Facebook memories then, really quick, then we'll get out of here. For those who don't know, I go into my Facebook memories fucking raw, and I judge myself based on the posts I've made on this here date throughout the years of my existence on Facebook. 9 years of friendship with Emily, who the fuck is my wife? Friendship. Ooh, that's very presumptuous there, Facebook. 6 years ago today. Oh, that's good shit from me. It's a TV show. I've paused it where the subtitles say woman munching in brackets, and I said, yeah, her name's Emily, and that is why I have subtitles on. If only I knew that years later I was going to be there fucking like, huh? What?
What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What?
Life comes at you fast, all right? Ooh, ha ha! 7 years ago today, opening a gig at a brewery. That was for brewery comedy, funnily enough, which is a good night. I hope it's still running. Good night! Which I hope is still running. James Learless, shout out, mate, if you're listening to this. He won't be. But yeah, he put on some lovely gigs, and I was a regular on his roster. Not anymore. Through my own choice, all right? Because I've gone on to bigger, better... No, I've got a toddler, and so I've just not been gigging. Another gig... 8 years ago today, gigging in Northampton tonight to raise money for a mental health charity. I know, I'm basically this guy. Picture of Jesus below. Hey, come on, I've actually outlived him. So, if you want experience, mate, me or Jesus? Me, because, he probably did a bit more of his time. How many? He had 12, didn't he? 12 followers, was it? Oh, bless. How many on my Arsenal TikTok? 2,997, mate. That could go up or down. I posted like earlier. Potentially contentious. Which usually is good for accruing followers and interaction, even if the interaction is mostly people taking the piss out of my hairline, my nose ring, and accusing me of having a lisp that I don't have. 2 of 3, you're accurate. All right, it's less Widow's Peaks, more Widows having a real thorough inspection. Yes, there's a nose ring in there. I put it there myself, but I don't have a fucking lisp, mate. Soz. All right? Me think he doth protect too much. Yeah. Okay, so that's why I'm better than Jesus. 9 years ago on World Book Day, books say, am I right? An astute observation. 10 years ago, what's with all this shit about teenagers attacking each other with hammers, play football, pick up an instrument, talk to girls? Christ. Who I am in 2 years' time in this timeline, because I did one little gig in Northampton for a fucking charity. Probably made the mental health of everyone in that room worse, but swings and roundabouts, all right? Roundabouts, of course, being the thing they'll stand on while they're trying to time that jump in front of the biggest lorry they can find to not have to experience any more of my comedy. 10 years ago today, about 5 minutes of frantic discussion could be avoided by the two women simply looking at each other and saying, "Men, no justice." That was on Golden Balls, and it used to fuck me off. Right? You want to talk about fucking discrimination? You want to talk about equality, ladies? Golden Balls. Great show. Jasper Carrot, head like a golden ball. But, it's such I get so, excited about it because it was so good. Whenever, though, you used to have balls, some had killers in them, some had cash, you had to take as much cash through, then there's a big split at the end. I think I spoke about it in the past. But whenever there was 2 women and 1 man left, when there's 3 out of the 4 left, it was always the guy that got voted off, and they would discuss it, chapter and verse, quoting Shakespeare, but eventually what it just always boiled down to was, are we really going to trust this fucking probably male chauvinistic pig? Well, fucking not. Get rid of him. Every time. Tinfoil hat on, it was a conspiracy. There you go, yeah, 10 years ago today. I was on a right tweet rampage about it. Golden Balls, brackets, great show, by the way, is fuck the second it's 2 birds and a bloke. Years of feminist repression comes pouring out. And that is drum and bass awards in Birmingham. That was a good night. I'm not even into drum and bass, but you don't have to be once you're there and you're getting involved. 16 years ago, has got a very, very small part in the next Harry Potter film that is very, very excited. That was such a stupid lie that I forgot I told. And then my stepbrother and his girlfriend, when it came out, went to the cinema to watch it, came round to my house and went, "Didn't see you in it, Dan." And I said, "What the fuck are you talking about? Why would I be in it?" And they were like, "You said you were going to be in it." And I was like, "I say a lot of shit. All right? I lied to my wife how good I am at yo-yo. Because when that one comes with the brain, she's going to realise there's more brains in that yo-yo than in my fucking head." But anyway, there you go. It's been about 50 minutes of absolute fucking nonsense. There's only a few drops left of this. I feel it kicking in now, so I'm going to go pick my daughter up and get into a safe space, so I'm not carrying her and get the compulsion with the jumper and the American football nature of it to just fucking go like fucking Hail Mary. Get a good bit of spin off her, I reckon. She's quite ergonomic. But yeah, there you go. We're all done. Like, share, subscribe, tell your mates, check out on YouTube. I will do clips. Do you know what? I'm going to grade myself on my memories. I think I did all right there. I might have to do a bit of editing, which may distort the grade that I now give myself for you listening and watching at home. I'm going to give myself a B- there. I think it was pretty solid. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Shut up then. Ta-ra. Bye.